I told you I was working on a One Piece game, made a bunch of videos saying what it looked like so far, and asked all of you what your opinions, thoughts, and feelings were so I could make it as perfect as possible. Get ready to hear a whole lot of my voice because I'm going through all of your suggestions, finally going into depth about how the game works and playing just a little bit of it so you can all see the vision. I've written up the code for it and will be running through the app later in the video, but before we get to that, I present to you Roll 20. Cheers ring throughout the arena, the voices of thousands of spectators paying more than they can afford to witness our heroes risk their lives echo through the city as the wolves are released. None have yet bested the wolves in combat, but our fighters for the day hope to be the first. Their lives depend on it after all. Cypherpole Castaway, Portgisty Honey, a honey badger mink with the bean fruit. Cypherpole Castaway, Alice, a human musician who fancies herself a moon goddess. Cypherpole Castaway, Bill Churner, long arm waiter whose butterfingers are more strength than weakness. Can the three of them defeat the 5 direwolves who each stand as tall as a man? Time to find out. As I said in an earlier video, my game is heavily inspired by Dungeons & Dragons, so that's generally how a fight will unfold. The 8 creatures each rolled a decision dice, a 1d20, and add their dexterity to see who goes first. I did this already and you can see my turn order. From there, on each character's turn, they get to move a distance up to their speed and do something. And first up is Honey, the mink, so he will be going first. He has the power of the bean fruit, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He moves 30 feet over here to where he can use his special technique, God's breath. So he forms a bunch of beans from his fingers using his devil fruit and he eats them. All of them are toxic and he farts out a cloud. I'm pulling out the ruler, 20 feet. Pulling out the ruler, 20 feet. Pulling out the ruler. Bill Churner's at 25, so he's safe. And whenever you want to resist a harmful effect, you make a saving throw. That's 1d20 plus whatever you're told to save. Rolling the dice, and let me roll for the other one. Oh, the first one fails the save. The second one, let's see, 11. 11, believe it or not, is enough to succeed, so Wolf 5 succeeds. So how this works is, his move, God's Breath, I probably popped it up on the screen at some point. I'm going to roll 1d6 damage for the first wolf. Only takes 2 damage though. But I'm gonna go and deduct that from the wolf. So its health goes down from 37 to 35. And as a bonus action, Honey is going to produce some more beans. This time he forms what he calls his Senzu beans. I think you can predict how those work. Alright, so that's gonna be his turn. He doesn't accomplish very much, but Wolf 3 is done, so that's something. Wolf 2 is up next from our turn order. It sees Alice over here, and it is going to approach and try to bite Alice. Okay, so it's going to roll 1d20. I hope I'm not making this number up. It should be plus 4. 1d20 plus 4. And that's going to be a critical fail, so nothing happens. When you make an attack roll in D&D, you're trying to meet the armor class. I put Alice's armor class over here. All these creatures have these circles with numbers on top of them. The red circles where I put the AC. That's just how hard you are to hit. Alice uses Tech Eye, so even as the wolf bites, she is able to resist and sustains no damage. This is going slower than I anticipated. Next, Alice makes a full moon. This is something which is meant to be really hyped up, but I'm sweating in this room. I forgot to keep track of the stamina here. So whenever you use your moves, instead of how it is in regular D&D, you have this pool of energy which is stamina. When you use your moves, your stamina goes down. It's like magic power or something. So Honey lost 9 on that first one. Oh, whoops. So he is running low and will have to catch his breath. Alright, I was just being an idiot. So Alice makes her moon, and one of the wolves falls towards it. She moves it a couple feet to the side, and from there it's gonna drag the other wolf. So Allure of the Seas, as I said, changes the direction of gravity, so that everything within the 20-foot range falls towards the moon. Oh, and that's some pretty brutal fall damage. And that's going to be it for Alice's turn. So next up in the order of initiative is going to be Bill Churner. He sees that his comrades are doing things, Alice more successfully than Honey, and he decides he's gonna start dealing the damage on everyone's behalf. He has the stack of plates in his hands and he says, "Time to get assault and buttery." That makes no sense, but that's the name of his move, and he's going for it. So 8 plate attacks. He's gonna fire these things off with great force, and I'm gonna roll them all real quick. Oh, so from his first 4 plates, 3 of them are going to hit, and the last one is going to miss. 28 damage. How close does that get to killing Wolf 1? It has 36. So he's gonna try one more. He swings his next plate at it. He layers the butter from his devil fruit in between the plates, and he puts his hand on top of the stack and starts like sliding them off real quick. Oh, that's going to be another miss. He fails to roll 14, the magic number. It's not a very high number, so you gotta be hitting this, Bill. Come on, you can do it. 26 is gonna hit. 26 is gonna hit. That's 6 plates. He's got 2 more. Okay, so plate number 4 that connects with Wolf 1 will be enough. So 28 plus 8, that's 36. You are out of the picture. Minus 36. So you are on 0 HP. Wolf number 1, and you're dead. We're deleting you. The last 2 attacks, he's going to use them to target Wolf number 5, since it's the only one which can hurt people at the moment. And he's able to do a whopping 21 damage. He's been rolling well in the damage department. So from there, I'm gonna deduct this as well. That's more than half of its health in one go. And Wolf 5 is actually going to be coming up next. After doing all of this, Bill Churner actually needs to catch his breath real quick. You can see he's panting heavily. And minus 21. There we go. It's down to 17 HP. To save you 25 minutes of gameplay, the wolves kept biting Honey. Alice raised the moon really high in the air and dropped the wolves from like 100 feet or something, so they died from fall damage. And Bill Churner eventually recovered his energy and was able to fire the plates off once more to finish the other wolves off as well. That whole combat encounter is a lot more fun to watch when an actual group of people, all willing to show up on camera, is playing and bouncing their personalities off each other, and it's the most fun when you're making the decisions and designing the characters yourself with a bunch of your buds against enemies with deeper bags of tricks than a pack of wolves. I showed you the tabletop version just now, which you play with books and nerd dice, but obviously if I brought up game design, that isn't what I'm talking about at all. It's been a few months since I've made any progress, but here's the actual app I was coding. Bounty hunting businessman Charlie and his coal powers versus 50 million berry Kuja pirate Juniper. When I start the game up here, it tosses us on the default map at random locations, and I'm going to start up a fight real quick. All the mechanics are exactly the same, except now the game enforces the rules for you, keeps track of the math, your items, your skills, and all that. So everything is pretty much how I was explaining it before. When you move, you can move a distance up to your feet. This screen's for Charlie. He can move up to 30 feet, so whenever I click one of the arrows... Oh, let me line these up. My computer's overworking right now, so it's a bit slow. So you can see it'll move on the other person's phone. I'm emulating all of this. And the movement with each 5-foot grid square, with each 5-foot grid square he moves, it reduces by 5. All of his attacks will be listed here. My user interface is still crazy ugly. So none of these can really reach from where he is right now, like range 5, 30, 20, 60 feet. But then Juniper's still kind of far away, so he has to move a bit more. Doesn't help that he started by moving away. Okay. I guess like over here is enough. And stop moving. So I keeps track of your HP and your SP. Over here on the side, you can scroll this bottom menu, and all of your features, which are like your special abilities, are listed here. Let me go back first. I just want to view enemies, see the exact distance. Oh, 30 feet, I'm close enough. So the thing is, while all of the math and stuff works, I'm going to use one of these just as an example. Business Burner. High. His strongest technique. He charges up his staff with coal energy from his devil fruit, and he fires off like a Kamehameha out of the end. And it says, warning, this will take you over your anaerobic threshold. Which means I have to catch my breath the next turn and can't use stamina. I say proceed, yes, I want to do it. So, half my stamina is gone. I say I want to use it on Juniper, and it rolls for me. It compares to the armor class, it tells me if I hit or missed, and right now I missed. So all of that was for nothing, and I'm hella gassed. So do I have any bonus actions? Let me just check. Bonus actions? I don't know this character's moves. He has one. And he's gonna go for it. He releases a photochemical smog, and it's like, you're over your threshold, this will cost more than it says. And I say, I don't care. So he lets loose, and while I don't have graphics, I have like these tiny things I can do. Like he uses smog, and you can see on his screen it's like lightly shaded, but then the thing is, it's a fog cloud, so the enemy cannot see where I am, but I used all of my movement, so I can't go anywhere. I'm gonna end turn. What just happened on the screen? And now I'm exposing my bugs too. Oh no, yeah. Because his stamina was so low, it was deactivated. It was not a bug. He didn't have enough stamina to keep it active. Okay, so that's how that works. That's kind of anticlimactic. And I'm going to like move with Juniper. It's the same thing here. 30 speed is like the base speed, so it's like the same for everybody, unless you're like super special. And as far as attacks, let's see, right now she has her bow, she has her snake in hand. She's gonna use her snake bow, and she's gonna aim at Charlie. It costs way less stamina. Does she hit? 21, and it deals 6 damage. Okay, you can see over there on Charlie's screen it says receiving damage. SP is going down way slower. I'm gonna end turn just to hop back over here. New round, okay. In case that's something you like to keep track of, and you can see... oh yeah, Charlie went over anaerobic threshold as well, so all skills are ended. Yeah, that was just a dumb idea on my part. And that's the general idea. The attacks, you can see the HP went down. All of it is managed and the math is done for you, but I have no budget whatsoever, so without graphics, there really isn't even a point in me like using this for the demonstration and stuff like that. So I'm going to stop punishing my computer, and that's enough, I think. Now, I expected to do this like a month ago, but finally, let's get around to all the comments I said I'd be reading in a video. So first is mine, no deadline. Whenever we hit 10k, we're going all in on this game. I've lost like 99% of my viewers. Whoever's still watching right now, I appreciate you. Any support to the channel will make it more feasible and bring that inevitable date ever closer. There will be a follow-up video where I read all your suggestions in the comments and decide which ones to keep, so sorry if it feels like I'm ignoring you, just want them all to pile up first. Edit even if they aren't suggestions, fire away if you have any questions, and I'll get to all of them in the follow-up video. That was a month ago. Thank you for making this. You're welcome. In YouTube Studio, that's annoying. It doesn't let me like @ people. don't want to do that. So I'll just give you a heart. 16th comment, you are a king. Okay. So, the game needs to be open world, kinda like Minecraft, but the One Piece world. Also, I think making your own abilities is cool, but I believe the powers should be ones that already exist in One Piece. I disagree. Therefore, they are already fleshed out by the anime and the manga. One more thing, you should be able to choose your race like you said, but I don't think you should let people pick their devil fruits. If you really want it to be like One Piece, you should randomize where different devil fruits spawn. Also, once a character, oh, this is longer than I thought. Once a character finds a devil fruit, they don't necessarily need to eat it. It should be permanent to that created character if they eat the devil fruit. You could add in a trading system for berries and devil fruits. Also, I think you should start with nothing, meaning you choose a race and a part of the world to spawn in, not on certain islands, just regions like North, South, East, and West Blue or the Grand Line. You could start off with like 1,000 berries and... I need to catch my breath, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. And you can buy tools and ship or tools and such or a ship. I also think you should be able to buy low-class devil fruits, so then if someone buys 1 billion berries with real money, the game is not pay to win. What? Okay, I honestly have so many more ideas and am down to keep sharing. Please do. I know almost none of this will be implemented to your game because it would require a big company. That's exactly what I was going to say, with big funds. But if the game is a success, this is what I would want added in the future as an avid One Piece enjoyer and gamer. So listen, I am super broke. There's no way I can make an open world MMORPG. I'm saying that right now. That's not happening in one guy's basement. I can't even afford a basement. This is just like at my desk in my room. So, I'm going to, okay, open world, that can't happen either. Making your own abilities, that's staying, because everyone should be unique. If I did have like $150 million, I would implement all of these ideas. These are all things I think are great. But like starting off with nothing, that's pretty much going to be the case. You can choose which sea you're going to start in. I'll say this, I do plan on making a Kickstarter when I get to 10k subs, like I said in the pinned comment, but that would be for like a lighter game. Like with pixel art, I think, let me pop up on the screen like the first character. This is Charlie, yeah. Pixel art is going to be done for the game because real graphics are expensive. Devil fruits will be random. You can pick your race. I've been through quite a few today. What else was in here? I can't spend this long on each comment. Trading system, that's all stuff for online. So it'll be like a hard-coded story, I'm afraid. Like the first version of the game will have like a couple of stories which are like a few hours to play through each, and that's all you're going to get because it's a budget issue. I'm doing this all by myself and the entire budget would be on art and like graphics and stuff like that. But let's see, let me just type up a quick response. Okay. This video is long. If it's gonna be how you described, you might want to add movement mechanics that vary between jobs, classes, and abilities. Like if you are in the Navy, you can have skywalk, or if you ate the kilo fruit, you can float, or even like if you're a ninja from Wano, you can do the ninjutsu. I didn't demonstrate them in the playthrough today, but that's 100% going to be the case. I already stopped recording my screens with the app. But like it shows your altitude, like when you use moves like Geppo, for example, because I was using a bunch of Cypherpole agents. Watch next video in a few. I swear to God I type faster than this. I just can't right now. Days for more. This should have been a live stream 100%. But like, since this was being brought up, Bill Cherner. Is he the one guy? Yeah, Geppo. So this highly advanced movement technique is among those you found moderately difficult to master. What? Yeah, so basically you can use stamina to like jump in the air. Like the more you're moving, the more stamina it costs, of course. Things like that. Let me get back to what we were looking at. This game gonna be fire. Good luck, my man. Can't wait to see the final product. I'm definitely trying my best. Work in progress. Video coming soon. I have to keep telling all of these people to watch this video when it comes out because it's going to be like 5 hours and no one's going to click on it. I know this may not be as important as the world, characters, and battle systems, but I'd like to see ships and shipbuilding / customization. Some of the ships in One Piece are so wild, it's a disservice calling them just ships. So yeah, I'd like to see that added if it's not too much trouble. Okay, I'm afraid I have multiple versions of this game planned. Like, if the first version is successful and it gives me enough money to work on a second version, like I want to have these developments. Unfortunately, this is one of those things which will not take the priority. Like the story, and I've said this a bunch of times, just like how it looks is where most of the budget is going. Shipbuilding mechanic, maybe. That's definitely something I can figure out, but it depends on the budget and how we can allocate resources. Depends on the budget and how we can allocate resources. Oh, whoops. Make it like Elden Ring. No, I can't. I'm gonna read all of this, but it's not going to be Elden Ring. That wasn't made by one guy in his bedroom. You have to explore, beat bosses, get unique weapons and devil fruits, and get your own crew. Having multiplayer or servers would be fun. This will be online multiplayer. I'm sorry if I have to paywall that. It depends on how much money I get to make the game. If I'm doing it by myself 100%, it will be paywalled because servers are not free. I'm really sorry about that. Having multiplayer or servers would be fun, like having a crew with your friends, rivaling other crews. Also, I did not watch the video yet because I'm bro, what? You said this before even watching the video? Okay, you know what? I'll take the comment. So, if we're going back to if I had $150 million, I would do it, but I don't. I'm sorry. For now, there will be exploration and it will be multiplayer, even for the campaign. The difficulty will be fixed. I'm gonna have a bunch of different campaigns in the game. So let's say, for example, there are 5 different stories and the difficulty won't be easy, medium, normal, whatever. It's going to be measured in recommended party size. So if the difficulty is 1, it means you can do this by yourself. If the difficulty is 3, it means the game recommends you do this as a crew of 3 people. So for all of the campaigns, you'll be able to play with like more or less than the recommended number. You could try take on something which is difficulty 6 by yourself. You'll probably die, but you know, you could have fun doing it. But that's something which I'm definitely going to put all my heart into. Did I respond to this guy? Okay, I don't have $150 million. Oh, I forgot to press reply. Make the characters customizable so that every player has his or her own unique character, and also add more devil fruits in which the player can eat upon the game. For the first time, the player should customize it. Okay, this was 2 different ideas not well separated. Okay, playing the game for the first time, the player should customize his skin and have the options to eat a devil fruit or not. All devil fruits will have to be found in-game. Devil fruits are legendary items after all, so but you still get a heart too. You're subbed, you should get 2 hearts. If this releases, you know I'm going after that phoenix fruit. Best of luck. 1 in like 500 million chance. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna get enough players or enough devil fruits for that to work. I'm not sure if you said that and I missed it, but is it going to be 3D open world game? Unfortunately, first version will not be. D&D One Piece sounds amazing. I'd love to play, try it out. Okay, you're a subscriber. You know what? For a video coming up, since you're the first person to ask, I'm not gonna do this for all of the comments on this current video, but for some of you, I'm just gonna say, you know what, sure, I'll like roll dice or something and pick random people to play with. Wants to play with me for an upcoming video. I am extending the offer. I'm so sorry to the people I played with before, who I was not able to include like the footage of fully. I ended up using like 5 seconds because it didn't go very well. So I can finally live out my One Piece dream and be a shipwright and the captain of a fishing vessel. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you're should sustain you for now. Because in the game guide, which is something I probably should have had on the side here. Let me see if I can open it up real quick. Like, this isn't the full thing, but these are all the examples of skill sets. As I said, fully customizable, so you could be an actor, you could be a chemist, a courtesan, you could be a gambler, a geographer, and any one of these. Shipwright is there on the list as well. And whatever you decide to live out as, there are rules and special abilities exclusive to you. So all of the different bonuses you get, all of the different like tools you can use, and then the special moves. Like for example, I'm not gonna read through all of these, but if you are an actor, you can use the special ability Stunt Double. It allows a character to completely mimic the voice, appearance, and mannerisms of a specific subject. The user must have been in the presence of the subject for a period of no less than 10 minutes while the subject was awake to use this art. The subject must be within 1 foot of the user in height, blah 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 blah, but basically, you can perfect copy another human being. Or if you're a fortune teller with divination, you can predict the thought at the forefront of the target's mind from their body language and stuff like that, so you can read their mind. If you're a hunter, you can never lose track of a target. A chemist, you can make a strength serum. If you're a janitor, you can like rewind time in a room to make it like look like it was before, blah blah blah. Like, you kill a bunch of people, don't worry, you'll leave no evidence behind. You can clean it up real good. If you're an innkeeper, you can like make people rest faster. Like all this sorts of stuff. Like innkeeper, no one says I'm playing the game to be an innkeeper, but even if you want to be, you're like that 1 in 1,000 person. I got you. The rules are for whatever style you want to play. It's not all about like fighting people and busting heads. If you just want to like chill out and like run a story where you just listen to people coming by, of course like this would be for one of the open world MMO versions if you wanted to do it with the whole world. But as far as the rules, especially in the D&D version, like all of this is stuff which is possible. You can live whatever kind of life you want to, and the rules support it. That's one of the things I was really going for, like with the freedom I'm giving, and why stamina and the numbers and the math might be a bit hard at times. It's so that you can experience like anything. Okay. Just talked about this in depth in the video I'm recording. Look forward to it. Anyone just want to like super chat me a bunch of money so I can like get a mic arm stand and a pop filter which I do not have to hold in my mouth while I'm typing? That would be greatly appreciated. This is gonna be one hell of an undertaking. Good luck. I need the good luck. Yeah, that crying emoji is all I can... I use the character emojis like this because, as you can see, you can't really toss them in from YouTube Studio. If anyone ever wondered the reason, that's why. The characters look cool, thank you. They're expensive. Yeah, as someone who does not know how to draw, those cost money. A programmer here, you've got my help and follow, let's do it. Awesome!
Watch the next video coming up for a clear idea of the vision. Need all the help I can get.
Need all the help I can get. Okay, how long's this one? Fairly. When you say online multiplayer, what does that entail? I answered that. Public lobbies, private lobbies, close friends, strangers. If you ask me, with your kind of game, it seems like the focus is on allowing friends to play in a story that resembles One Piece. Online multiplayer is definitely a plus, don't get me wrong, because it removes the need for players to play the game through pass and play, which is a hassle. It's much better to be able to play on multiple devices. I'm sure you have a vision of what the game is supposed to be like, but you said a lot of things in your video that makes the project quite ambitious and difficult to realize. Yes, it is. Have you created maps for players to use? Not many. Maps are harder to code than people think. They're tough, but I'm trying to work on a way for you to like code your own, make your own maps in the game. That would be really helpful. Are there enough options such that you can truly consider the game to be free in scope? I think I went over this before, and like character creation at least, there should be enough options. In game, it's one of those things where we'll have to some parts of the game will have to suffer for some things to work. Like the reason it's turn-based and based off of D&D is so that you can make any kind of moves you want. Like if it was a normal fighter, like where you're meant to have all of the graphics and animations and it's about how good your button presses and combos are, there's no way we'd ever be able to have guys firing plates with butter coated on them. Or having a character farting out poison gas from the beans he's eating. Like that would never be something that could work if it wasn't turn-based. Like being turn-based is a sacrifice which like glues all of that together. Can the game handle that many options? Does it get buggy? It does not get buggy on the premise that it is turn-based. And there will be rules, guides like in the game, which will like automatically calculate how much stamina does X and Y need to use. Over time, my plan is to like keep updating it with different like status conditions, which you can implement, like have it as free as I can imagine. Whenever I get new ideas, whenever you guys give me new ideas, I add them into the game. Also, you were a little vague regarding the story. What is the purpose of the story? Is it an alternative way to play? Is it the main focus? Is it the only way to play? I couldn't really tell. All this to say, I think the outline of the game is a little shaky from what I've seen. Okay, you asked some amazing questions.
You asked some amazing questions. Answers them all in the new video I'm recording. Should be out within a week.
Okay, I don't think I answered all of them. Multiple devices. I'm starting with mobile and then I'll work on a desktop version. That should be enough in the beginning. Like, it's not going to be anything which needs to find its way onto consoles, I imagine. Like, Android, iOS, and a desktop, like Windows. Windows is coming for... I can't really develop for Mac. Even iOS is difficult, but I can't really develop for Mac without a MacBook. That's my problem. I don't own one of those. Okay, what is the purpose of the story? For the first version of the game, the story will be hard-coded. That is what you'll have to play through. The app should have two different versions, like two different play modes. One is where it's just like a tabletop, so it's like what I was showing you earlier in the video, where you can like start your fights. The DM will like throw enemies on the map for you, everyone joins in, and it's like normal D&D but with the assisted math. And then the story is where it's gonna play more like a video game, where you play through the story and you can have your friends in the online multiplayer, just like that. There will be arenas where you can join, Like online, if you're just in it for the fights and you're like, I want to try this new build I came up with. So online you can try fight people, try put your tactics to play there, possibly even like using teams of multiple people. Like maybe I like the chemistry between these 4 different builds. Let me fight someone else's crew with these 4 different builds, like 4v4, see how it's going, stuff like that. Okay. I don't think I answered this outright. Have I created maps? Not yet, but there will be at time of release, of course. Is that all the questions? Okay, I think I got everything. Ambitious and difficult to realize? 100%. Yes, so the story is not the only way to play. My last video, as you can see, was like 4 minutes long, so responding to this one comment was the length of that video. You do what you have to do for the algorithm. You have all the support I can give. You subscribed. That's enough. Okay, I'd like more. I would love more. I cannot lie to you. When I say I am broke, I am not joking. 4 months without a paycheck is brutal. Like, please support me on Patreon. That's what pays for the art and all the little progress we can make. I am begging you. Okay, back to the video. Super chats and super thanks in the comment would be amazing as well. I'm just saying. Okay.
Watching my videos is the easiest way to support me.
Oh, whoever joins the Patreon, you're gonna find your way into a D&D party as well with me. At least one session, I promise you. I'm desperate for that money. Appreciate the sub. Watching my videos is the easiest way to support me, and
look forward to my next video. It's a follow-up to this.
The pacing in this video has been terrible. Whoever's sticking it out, you're a king / queen / ruler. Is the game turn-based? Combat? Yes. Okay. I hope it works out with you. I hope that too, homie. Life riding on it at the moment. Instead of taking characters that inspiration from D&D, I recommend something more like Dark Souls. I cannot make Dark Souls in my basement.
I cannot make Dark Souls in my basement, unfortunately.
I didn't even know how to code until I started working on this game. Custom moves, it won't work.
Explained in the upcoming video how it will.
So instead of like spell slots from regular D&D, because it uses stamina, like there's a variable scale. Like if you have 15 or 30 or 100 stamina, the certain move you want to use, like it's easier to make it custom because maybe it costs nothing, maybe it costs 1 or 2 or 3 or 12. Like it varies with damage, it varies with how powerful the status effect is. Like if you're stunned, it will take like a moderate amount. If you're paralyzed, it will take more. If you're frozen, if you're restrained, like whatever it is. Even if you're like some made up status condition. Like one of my characters, the Black Master Donji's character Subaru, has the sick fruit. Like he had it years before it was actually in the manga. And all of the different diseases he makes all use different amounts of stamina depending on how severe the condition is. Like if you have gangrene and your flesh is corroding, or if you just are out of shape, whatever it is, I can't remember the actual name, but you use more stamina. Like all of that, like the stamina consumption is different, and that's why, you know, it makes the math a bit harder than spell slots. But with the app, as I showed you, it keeps track of everything for you and it cancels out the problem. So like the custom moves work. The reason One Piece games suck is because it's incredibly hard, if not impossible, to give players the freedom and give the world the massive scale you just mentioned. Even if the game is being developed by a massive corporation, a single developer just can't do it. This has been tried dozens of times. Just look at games like Greed of Man or Identity. It's the same concept, just with a One Piece filter slapped onto it. Please don't give this guy your time or money, it would just be a waste. You are making me very sad. a waste is crazy to say. I will admit the whole like open world thing I have conceded. I don't have the budget to do that as a single developer. I can't. But what was the other thing? Like in terms of the feel, it was very hard to get the idea across playing by myself because this is like a collaborative thing. But giving the players the freedom very possible when we use, well, the D&D rules. And the stories, I'll try to vary them as much as possible. I'll admit in the early version choice and the open world, as I've said, won't be there. But as we like expand the game, assuming it makes any money whatsoever, that's something which I don't think is out of the realm of possibility. It's just a matter of where you allocate your resources. Like, think about how much do you want to dedicate to just the graphics versus how much are you putting into like how much of the performance do you want to be dedicated to like expanding the world, the render distance, if, as I said before, we're using turn-based combat instead of the typical like fighting game controls and the stuff which is in like One Piece, Pirate Warriors and stuff like that, then you know that's another place where it becomes easier to redirect resources towards like giving you freedom of choice. The less complicated to run the like core mechanics of the game are, the easier it is for like you to break them. Like for you to like transcend and have freedom and all of that. I don't think I'm articulating myself very well. It's just a matter of I'd like to hope that you can understand from everything I've said leading up to this point, if you've somehow heard me out for all of this anyway. I'd like to hope you can understand that this guy is being kind of pessimistic. And I like to believe that I've given you a fair and realistic like viewpoint of what I'm saying I will do. Give the world a massive it's not gonna be the scale of the real One Piece world, especially not early on. I don't know if I exaggerated anything because, you know, as I said, it was a 4-minute video. I just feel like I'm being very honest when saying what I feel I am capable of accomplishing with this game. I feel like I give you an honest response. I believe I can do everything which I say I am going to do. There are the things where I say I don't have $150 million naturally, but many of these are things which, like, my computer with no processing power could run a couple of emulators of that game, because it's just a matter of generate a random number from 1 to 20 and move this picture from A to B. And then, like, when it's upgraded to pixel art, it'll be a matter of just move these sprites. These are things which were running on like consoles in the 90s. It's nothing which is unfeasible. This is very harsh. Okay, Bon Clay Sama, I'm guessing. I am guessing this is just a comment because I asked for comments. I don't mind random comments like this. Anything to help the video succeed. I'm gonna give you a heart anyway. Wait till I said D&D? I thought it said when I said D&D. Oh, big sad. Big sad. I feel like I explain well. I feel like I explain well in the next video. But if you truly don't like D&D, it's just a hard sell. If you truly don't like D&D, it's just a hard sell. I'm sorry. I have to tell everyone to watch the next video because, you know, those 5 views go a long way. Neat. Thank you. Thank you, smiley face. Ooh, super hot. I'll just give you a heart like the Bon Clay Sama guy. And oh, Oh yes, I'm glad. This is the one thing I responded to. The one comment I responded to, because I was avoiding them on purpose so I could react to them when making this video. But this person is the GOAT. I said at the end of my previous video, leave 15 comments, it makes a difference, and this person left 15 comments. I appreciate you. Special shout out to Soviets better than Russia alt. Man, I'm hearting every single one of these. You're gonna go up to the top of the heart leaderboards. Guys, when I say 15 comments, I'm not joking. I'll accept every single one of them. Anything which helps the cause. Okay, that has been all of the comments I've read and reacted to them. I don't think I'm going to edit this section. How long has it been? How long has it been? That was 40 minutes reading comments. I'll shave it down if I can. I've been less and less scripted lately and the quality of my videos is declining. I'll need to fix that immediately. Thanks for watching, good people. I'd really appreciate the support on Patreon. Like, I'm begging you, as I've said before, it would make all the difference in making this possible. One person joining on one of the tiers of my Patreon subscription, that could be another sprite sheet for all we know, and it's like those baby steps towards making this possible. I said I would start the Kickstarter to like really get the game under proper development once I hit 10k subs, when I have enough people to like try and say, guys, hear me out, like when I can make it for them, you know. For now, the best thing you can do to help me is subscribe, leave comments, like the video. Like if you can't afford to help me, I understand. There are plenty of times I've been unable to support creators I love. But like, subscribe, keep watching my videos. I appreciate it. I've said enough words. If there's something I forgot, it's not important. Thank you for watching this far. Love you guys. Oh, wait. Big thanks to the current patrons, Bolivar Sanchez, Lucas HF, and Grog. You have made all the difference. Y'alls are the GOATs.